Alright fellas, here we are back at Pokemon Masters, and today we're going to be doing the video where I finally use Neo Champion Rosa and Neo Champion Nate together. So this is going to be a little bit of a quicker video, because it's literally just using these two characters and potentially some others together to beat different types of content. You could call it the Grand Tour for the Neo Champions, the Unova Neo Champions, whatever you want to call it, right? So these two synergize extremely well together. I think they are a case of two Neo Champion sync pairs synergizing extremely well, despite the fact that they don't synergize in conventional methods. For example, Neo Champion Blue and Neo Champion Red, they probably synergize relatively the same, I would say, as Rosa and Blue. Their situation is probably similar to this one. But if you look at Neo Champion Calum and Serena, they synergize mostly because of them both being Dark Physical and Water Special. Those type of things. They worked really, really well together in that type of synergy. Rosa and Nate is different in my opinion because they don't synergize based off type or like special slash physical. They synergize based off region itself. Not only because of the Master Passes, but because of Nate's Unova Passion Circle, whatever you want to call it, where he's able to buff his physical damage and allies' physical damage the more Unova allies that are on the team. So they synergize extremely well in that aspect, as well as, of course, again, the Master Passive. They work extremely well together, as well as Rosa being able to buff Nate's physical moves next extremely easily, as well as be obviously, take hits for the team, apply sleep, that type of stuff. She works extremely well with Nate. Obviously, you could run a secondary character with Nate, like Leon Dragapult, whoever you want to run. You have Singsu Hilda, Iris, Champion Iris. Those type of characters you can run with Nate as well for the full setup. But really, Nate and Rosa are a staple to each other. They can work extremely well. I'm not going to say Nate and Rosa are the best partners for each other, because I think that some characters may benefit more from Rosa than Nate. But I will definitely say that they are one of the better pairings for relative to each other. So anyway, yeah, let's go ahead, hop into the battles, and you'll just see why these characters are as super strong as their Neo Champion title implies. Here we are for the first battle, and it is just a duo against a 3,000 point Master Mode off-type stage, because there's no Dragon Week Master Mode this week, I believe. Pretty certain. So we just go ahead and we beat up Hala here with Nate and Rosa. So I opted to choose Hala specifically because Nate's Unova Circle is able to apply physical damage reduction. Hala is, I'm pretty sure, an all physical types unit. They may have something like, I don't know, Psycho Cut on, not Psycho Cut, like Psychic or something on Gallade, maybe Dazzling Gleam, but mostly physical attacking units, right? So we're able to use Nate's Unova Passion to negate a lot of the physical damage done, as well as Rosa's Master Passive, as well as Nate's Master Passive. So we got a lot of damage reduction here for physical and a little bit for special as well. So we're able to do quite a lot there. We're able to just go ahead use Nate's Sync Countdown as well to keep our countdown synced, I guess you could say, in order to help us get to our next sync move a lot quicker. So we can go ahead, use Nate's sync move, which is just a bomb. It is a bomb of a sync move. He has everything activated, all of his multipliers. I forget all of them, but I think it's like Speedster, Sync, and Haymaker, maybe something like that, which he has maxed out easily. And then he goes ahead and he KOs the sides, and then he uses Dark Black Outrage. We get the physical moves next from Rosa. He gets up to +6. Nate applies physical moves next whenever he uses a trainer move to himself. I think when he uses the Unova Circle, he does it for all allies. And I think that's about it. Yeah, so he applies physical moves next on that. I'm pretty sure he does it on his sync move. Maybe, I could be wrong. But then obviously Rosa does it with her Relic Song. She does it with her trainer move. So much physical moves next to make Nate's Dark Black Outrages hit like just an absolute truck. Absolutely absurd strength there. Especially for a duo, because again, we don't have the full Master Passive or the Unova Circle because we only have two characters. No third. And that third character could be like Colress, who does great defense debuffing. So the numbers could go far, far higher than what I just did. So yeah, that was the battle versus a weaker Elite Four. Let's go ahead and go to one of the strongest Elite Fours. So thanks to the release of the special Pasio Stadium, we actually got Malva and Flint at 3,000 point Champion Stadium Master Mode. So we're able, which Malva, definitely not a easy stage. Like obviously there's these bigger ones like Aaron with his Century Entry electric ass, as well as obviously some other characters like I think Dragon Week Drasna has been universally hated, or Fairy Week Drasna, one of them, I forget. But those type of characters are at stages, right? But Malva with the sun up is definitely not a soft hitter. She's got quite a bit of HP, very hard hitting, so you'll be able to see a lot of what you can look to expect here for this 3,000 point stadium stage. Sadly, this is not a stage where physical damage reduction is going to be helping us because Hyper Voice, Overheat, Dark Pulse, they don't use physical moves. Malva does use physical moves in her Rock Week stage, but then at that point she also has Sentry Entry, so you have to deal with that. But you can run Emmett, and he can kind of hit through the Sentry Entry if you wanted to. Just giving you ideas. Anyway, here we go ahead. We use the main character in Quaxley in order to get rid of the Sun, because I'm going to be honest, Rosa can't take that, and neither can anyone else. Charging Sun is a bitch. Alright, anyway, yeah, so we go ahead, we do that. We use the Dark Black Outrage here. Plus what? How many physical moves next? A lot. Plus 3 physical moves next, actually. That's it. Plus 3 physical moves next, and we did like, what, 20,000 damage? I didn't even look. Yeah, so that was pretty good. We did have the main character, so he was literally only there to apply speed buffs, which we didn't need, I think, and rain, which we did need, right? We needed to change the weather, which was pretty necessary, but that's all we needed. We just needed weather change. You could have brought Ingo. You could have brought Ingo and had a similar effect, and Ingo would have actually applied the Unova Master passive and Unova Circle buff, so would have been even better. So this is pretty much a minimal setup, you could say, with Rosa and Nate. It's literally just that the main character is here, so you can get rid of the weather. Pretty good, I would say. Anyway, yeah, let's move on to the next battle, which is the Extreme Battle for Rosa versus Alder. Back again for the duo. We got ourselves versus the Extreme Battle with Alder. I actually have not even looked up what this guy can do. I know he wants rebuff, or otherwise you're kind of screwed, and he hits kind of hard. That's about the equation that I've gotten. It seems like the size, seems like they have Sentry Entry. Did that just say... I forget, did that just say Sentry Entry? Because I can check that right now, because I didn't even notice that when I was doing the stage, because Nate was still doing just so much damage. Which is a little bit absurd in my opinion. The fact that you could actually do that much damage and win, despite the enemies potentially having Sentry Entry, that's absurd. That is absolutely absurd, which is hilarious to me. So yeah, anyway, let's see, so yeah. Nate, go ahead. We just literally buff Nate's physical moves next as much as possible. That was the goal with this battle, was to buff his physical moves next as much as possible, to use the sync move and then get another Dark Black Outrage in there and just disintegrate the enemy. I wanted to use Rosa's sync move sometime in this battle, but literally just going for Nate's full striker hardcore damage, it just ended up being far better. It just straight up ended up being far better, so it worked out pretty well for us. Anyway, yeah, so there we go. We use the Dark Black Outrage here with plus 10 physical moves next, which is absurd, just a little bit absurd. We end up doing a lot of damage. That is a lot of damage. So yeah, anyway, pulling up the Alder battle here, it does seem that if we look at Alder's passive skills, you do need the negative status change. Alder does not have Sentry Entry himself, but I believe that one side does. The Chansey has, or the Blissey has Wise Entry, and then the Embor has Sentry Entry, but literally, we still hit through it. We still just pretty much hit through the Sentry Entry on that Embor. We also use, obviously, her Relic Song to do a little bit of chip damage, but still, right? Using the same move here, I'm pretty sure it KOs, at least the Embor. I don't know about Alder himself, but I'm pretty sure the Embor goes down. Yeah, we KO both of them, so you can pretty much hit through that Sentry Entry on that side there in order to do quite a bit of damage, which is 22,000 HP. That's not like a low amount of HP, so the fact that Nate hits through it is actually not like insane or absurd, but it's pretty damn good. So that's pretty damn good there, pretty good, pretty good. Biggest thing with the stage, of course, is that you do really want that rebuff on the enemy. You could probably do something good with Caitlyn or something on the stage, I'm not sure, but hey, either way, there you go. New champion Nate and Rosa, they cleared it just fine. You could obviously have brought like a Potion Abuser or another character in order to make it even better if you wanted to. So let's finish this off with the final battle, which is versus Neo Champion Rosa herself. The final battle, again, is against Neo Champion Rosa for the Challenge Champion Rosa event, whatever it is. Take on like the Super Serious Rosa, I forget. So anyway, yeah, there you go. This is, again, another duo. I'm pretty sure I did this one gridless. So I just wanted to really kind of sell how easy it was, or how crazy a combination these characters are, because this is essentially a 1 out of 5 Rosa and Nate with their EX roll showcase. That's a lot of damage on that Dark Black Outrage. Oh boy. Anyway, so if I search up Rosa somewhere in this article, I'll find this stage eventually, taking on a Super Serious Rosa. The level of requirement obviously was like level 125, or the recommended level. Rosa herself has about 28,000 HP, which is not low by any means, but it's probably similar to about a Battle Challenge Round 2, if not a little bit more difficult, because she does have stuff like Good Form and Rising Tide. But clearly, we don't care. We tend to just not care about that, so yeah. And then we just end up, of course, just hitting through it, so. Really, Rosa doesn't have any form of damage reduction passives, it seems. So, yeah, there you go. You can pretty much hit through whatever Rosa puts out. Dark Black Outrage, 37,000 damage. Goodbye, right? Pretty good. Yeah, I just wanted to do this final stage here. I could have gone, like, versus an arena or something, or, yeah, like a legendary arena, but I didn't feel that was necessary, mostly for the fact that, like, if you are going to be doing a solo or a duo against legendary arenas, you don't tend to use these two strong Neo Champion characters together. You're going to want to use them on separate teams, buff other characters that need more help. It's more effective that way, so, yeah. Anyway, that is my showcase, I guess, for Neo Champion Rosa and Nate together. These characters are absolutely absurd. They help out each other so well. They complement each other so well. Rosa saved Nate. It's clickbait, by the way. If you haven't noticed, the title is clickbait. Anyway, yeah, so that's my overview for these characters together. They work extremely well. Definitely some of the best synergizing Neo Champions and the most unconventionally synergizing Neo Champions probably to date. Anyway, yeah, I'll see you all later. Let me know what you think about them down in the comments below, and I'll see you all later. Again, yeah.